Hello everybody, it is Tuesday night and we are going to do a quick and easy card tonight. It is the bookbinding fold, and let me tell you just a little story as I get set up on everything here electronic. The bookbinding is actually the card that I saw for the first time just about this time last year, and it just like amazed me that you could do something like this with just a couple of pieces of paper. So let me go ahead and show you the samples that I made up, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make a card, maybe two. Here's the first one that I did. Use some leaves because you know it's autumn, got to have all the autumn stuff in there. But this right here is why we call it the bookbinding. It opens up like a book, and this part is sealed over here. Did that freeze up? Sorry, forgive me. Give me a moment here. I guess my computer is just behind a little bit. And then as I was continuing to play, this was really easy, and I'll be honest with you, this is retired paper, but you know, I am all about let's use up our stash, because you know, I know and you know, we all have stash and we all just need to use it up the best that we can. But here's just another version of the bookbinding. And then here, this actually is not a bookbinding fold, but it kind of is like a faux bookbinding because with a little gap there, it kind of looks like it could, but it's actually not. So let's go ahead and get started on the card that we're going to make. And I've cut out some of the papers, but, oh, and this is the Pattern Designer Series paper that we're going to use. Really pretty. It's two-sided. It is from Stampin' Up, and it is retired. But again, we are trying to use up our stash. So I've already cut this piece of paper, but let me go ahead and show you how we score it. It is going to be a 4 1/4 by 11. And we're going to score it on the 11-inch side at 4 1/4, not 4 1/2. Now on my paper trimmer, the blue one is my scoring. So we're going to score this on the 11-inch side at 4 1/4, and then we're going to score it again at 5 1/2, and that is going to create the bookbinding feature of this card. See? And then we would just score them, or excuse me, we would just fold them and use our little bone folder and make some nice creases. Now, I am not going to, you can, if you make this decision, you can go ahead and glue down the bookbinding fold part of it. I've decided that I'm not going to do that right yet because I want to show you something special as we get farther into this. So we need to go ahead and have one piece of our DSP at 1 inch by 4 inch and another piece at 4 by 4. So let's just go ahead and cut this. And then we can go ahead and cut our 4 by 4. And then we can go ahead and cut our 1 inch. There's not a whole lot of stamping tonight because we're really letting the Designer Series paper do the shining, you know, really make this card. So what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this right here. Actually, we're going to adhere this right here. We could make both of them, sorry, I was not on camera. We can make both of them be the same, or we could go ahead and make one like this and one like this. Now, before we make the decision on that, Let me see if I can get you guys in just a little bit more. Before we make a decision on what we want to do, I want to show you some of the ribbon that we could use on this if we decide to. We have this ribbon, which is from an old Paper Pumpkin kit that I think works really good. Or we have this ribbon, which is actually new or new-ish, and I think it also looks good. So, not really sure. You know what? Now that I have them both out like this, I like the color and the texture of this one against the paper, but I think it is too big of a ribbon. And just to give you a couple other options from my stash, we have this blue one, real skinny, and we have this white one, also really skinny. I don't think I would use the white one, maybe use the blue one as an additional accent, but I am wondering if we did a ribbon up against this. I'm kind of not feeling these two together like this. I actually really like it better that way, but I think if we did the ribbon, if we did the ribbon, it would help it. So, but again, I don't want to seal my binding, my book binding yet. So let's go ahead and attach this piece of paper, because these cards can be really quick. And we're going to go ahead and do that side up. Just want to match as close as we can the top and the bottom. Now, should we go ahead and do it like this? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and make, like, I struggle with bows. My boys are boys and not girls, so I have not had multiple years worth of tying bows in a little girl's hair, so I really struggle. So what we're gonna do is, if we can, and I tell you, this is where a set of reverse tweezers would come in really handy to hold that knot right there. I will get it. I struggled making up the cards last night and doing the bows on them. It was hard. Oh my word. My fingers do not want to work. Okay, so we've got that tight. Let's see. And there we go. We have a knot in there. I'm going to trim off our tails. So, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, that did not work. Let's not do that. So what I wanted to show you is you can make this into a gift card holder. And with the holidays coming up, there might be some people that you struggle with as far as getting a gift for, so maybe you want to get them a gift card and that be their gift. Well, you can use this card right here. As long as you don't seal it all the way up, if you just kind of seal it on the ends, a gift card will fit in there. So that's what I want to do with this one. Let's see, do I have my knot where I want it? Yeah, it's fine. It's looking kind of weird though, but like I said, I struggle with the bows. And apparently even with the knots. And you know what? I put the adhesive over too far. So we just use our fingers, just get it off. This is real life. This is what I would be doing in my craft room if you were here with me. Like, okay, how can we make this work? Okay, so now we have it in there, and we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna seal it shut. And now we can go ahead and put our gift card in there, see? Or if you wanted to, you could do it like that, either one. So let's go ahead and finish out this card. I'm gonna use it as a birthday card. And I have really been loving this soft suede ink. I need to get me a big soft suede because I have been using it like on every single card lately. So we're gonna make it into a birthday card because seriously, don't we always need birthday cards? Let's put it down there. And just let you know, the stamp set that I am using, it is a retired stamp set, but it is the Flowing Flowers. Words are hard again today. Anyways, I really like the flowers, and the sentiments and the fonts are really nice. So in my quest to use my stash, that's what we are doing. So let's go ahead and get a nice straight edge on this happy birthday. And then it is a little big, I will admit that. So what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna take a little bit more off the ends. We're gonna do a little bit of flagging of it. And again, that's actually one of the things that I also struggle with. I don't think my flagged ends look good in the end, but I try. So where are the scissors for paper? You know, you always have to have scissors for paper and scissors for ribbon and fabric. So what you do is you just make a little snip up there, and then you come in at one corner and you come in at the other corner. Other people make this look so easy. Can I tell you something? I really don't like that ribbon. So let's take it apart. Oh, what is really funny about me taking this apart like this is the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that I first saw that did this book binding. It was like the very first video I saw about this time last year of somebody making cards. And it was this particular fold, and the design that she did on the front looked like a quilt block. So of course I was immediately hooked, had to watch the entire thing. And she is like seriously famous for like, okay, it doesn't look right and we are just going to rip it apart and start over again, or you know, whatever. And it's actually rather funny to me. So we're going to go ahead and do it like that. It might be a little bit too much ribbon. Let's see. Yes, even with this, y'all, I struggle making this stuff look good. Where you're just doing a zigzag back and forth on the ribbon. You would think it would not be that hard, and yet for me, I'm on the struggle bus. I hate that I'm covering up all these cute little bees, but you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and lay our ribbon down. Seriously, if you do not struggle with ribbon, you would have been done and probably on your 5th card by now. Not me. So, but I have to tell you, the card class that I went to this weekend, there was only ribbon on 2 of the 3 cards. I was so happy. Amy, my card girl, knows that I struggle so badly with ribbon. So I am not going to pop this up on dimensionals. I am just going to use my adhesive to attach it. However, you could certainly use dimensionals to pop this up. You can also use a different colored paper for your sentiment. I honestly picked, that was the piece of paper I picked up, so I thought I would use it. Now, I'm not going to do it, but the inside piece would also be a 4x4, and you can write it. You could put 2 4x4s in here so that you could have more places to write your note to your person, wishing them a happy birthday. So this is the first one. This is the bookbinding fold. That's why it's called the bookbinding. And on this one, we made it so that you could put in your gift card to show them that you are sending them birthday wishes. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the same style, but a little bit different. This one I have already gone ahead and cut it. It is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and we scored it at 3 and 4 1/4. So we can either do it this in portrait, or we could do it here in landscape. Dimensions will still be the same. Let me back up for a second because I'm not sure I pointed this out earlier. With this card, we had it going landscape, but again, same dimensions, same size, everything, and you can make it into a portrait card just like that. So on this one, we need to go ahead and cut out our designer series paper. We need a 1 inch by 5 1/4, and then 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and cut at 5 1/4, and then we will cut the next one 2 3/4. Make sure I have the measurement correct. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess we'll do it that way. It was not how I planned on doing it, but we will do it that way because my flowers are directional. So, and then we need a 1 inch strip. Yes, with all the mistakes that I have made in quilting because I did not measure twice or 3 times, kind of, you know, always want to make sure that I'm measuring twice and cutting once because, you know, you might not always have the paper left. All right, so we could do this. Again, not really sure what I'm feeling about that. Ooh, that one does not look good. And no. All right, so you know what? I think with this one, I think we are going to use the same paper. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to use the same paper. You could also, even with this one, even though it is bigger, you can still go ahead and make that into a gift card holder. For me, I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this one shut. Oops. And then we just fold it over and it is shut. Now let's go ahead and put our adhesive. I don't know why when I'm talking to y'all, words are just so hard. Maybe it's because it is late in the day. Not that I do a lot of talking with my job, but. So how was your weather today? Ours was beautiful here in South Carolina. Gorgeous fall temperatures, fall weather. It was kind of breezy, so I had even more leaves coming down in my yard. This fabric, this ribbon looks pretty good with this. Let's see. You know what I should have done? Okay, we won't do that. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to attempt a bow, y'all. Oh, cross your fingers, wish me luck. Because, ooh, and this is the end of my ribbon. Well, that's a good thing. It's good to use up our stash. Truly it is. All right, let's see. Can we make a bow and make it look decent? That is the struggle. Oh, that's not too bad. I wonder if it really depends on the type of material that is used for the ribbon. You know, I wonder. Amy, who holds the card classes that I go to every month, she just makes making these ribbons look so stinking easy. I'm thinking she needs to make me a stash of ribbons. Seriously. I'm serious. Would you buy pre-made ribbons? I would. Somebody make me the ribbons. All right, we're going to leave it big because I kind of really would like to be able to cover up that gap a little bit there because we have the same paper. So, all right, we are honestly going to, we're going to go ahead and use the same sentiment, happy birthday, because, you know, my thought is you can never have too many birthday cards. Now, what is not in supply at my house are masculine-based cards of any kind. I know, it's bad. I just don't have a whole lot of masculine cards. They're just a little bit trickier to make. I mean, you know, when you make a card for a woman, you know, you can do the rhinestones, you can do the ribbon, you could do the glitz it up. And with a man, not thinking most men want like the ribbons and the glitz. So it just makes it a little bit more challenging, you know, kind of really have to think outside of the box, you know. So unless you know that the man that you're sending the card to is into a sport or a hobby and you have the stamps to do that, just makes it just a teeny more difficult. So how about, I think we need to make these tails really long. And here we go. Oh, I see some comments. Okay. Hey, Sharon, put a glue dot down to hold it in place. Yes. Yes. Love the book. Oh, I know, Deborah. I love the book binding. It is such a fun little one and easy to use up. Oh, what's that word? Scraps of paper. Because, you know, we all have little bits and scraps of paper. So much. I should have probably put dimensionals on this one. Probably should have also done the flagging at the end of it, but I didn't. And you know what? I am going to need a glue dot, and I do not have a glue dot with me, so we're gonna just do a little adhesive here, and we're gonna make it work. And when I get done, we are gonna go ahead and slap a glue dot on there, because I can see that adhesive kind of bugging me. Anyways, but we made it work, and we got a ribbon that looks halfway decent. So there is the landscape version of the book binding. Let me find our other examples. And here is the other one that we just made tonight. Also landscape, but you know, and remember this one could be in a gift card. And here are just the other ones that I've made. If you have, you know, flowers or something like that that you could use to put on there, it makes it really cool. And this one is not book binding, but it kind of looks that way, so I'm just including it. So thank you, ladies, for joining me. I appreciate it, and thank you for your comments. Suggestions are always welcome. Likes are always welcome. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll be back on Thursday with something else. Ooh. Guess they're not all in the frame. I'm so sorry, and I do apologize if I was not all in the frame. I'm sorry, but y'all have a great Tuesday night. Thank you. Bye-bye.